Hello, Alone fans. How are you guys today? Out here, nice, beautiful evening where I live at. On my deck here, just finished watching Alone, season 11, episode 7. It started off with Marseille, because last episode, after the medical team checked up on people and sent Joss home, because of a bowel obstruction medical emergency, he tapped out. Marseille tapped out the next day after because of chest pains and that. And he was worried it was his heart, but the reason why is because, like, the medical team told him last episode, you've spent 25 days nonstop working on your shelter, not eating, not even going out fishing, hunting, nothing like that. It was like 12 days without him even eating anything. Well, I was kind of confused because it said 12 days and it said 8 days. I'm really not sure there. So he tapped out. So now we're down to the final 4. We got William, we got Dub, we got Timber, and we got Sarah. And show their journey up to day 29. Sarah, she finished the 2 grouse she got 7 days ago. She finished them up. The only thing left was like broth, so she ate that up. She has fished 28 days straight, has not even caught a single fish. She's given up fishing. So she gathered a bunch of grass and then went back in the shelter, got a campfire going inside of it, and pulled out the grass seeds. And then she took a rock and grinded the seeds into like a powdery flour substance. And then she rolled that up into a ball, cooked it over the fire, let it cool down. Then she's like chewing on it, and she spit it out because she was hoping it tastes like bread, but it did not turn out quite what she expected. So I'll try again later on. That's it, up to her journey. Then it showed Dub. He checked his gill net, caught a nice pikefish, Luna pike, nice size. So he skinned that, smoked the meat, ate some of it, stored the rest of it in a cache he has stored somewheres, which he has hidden over like a bunch of spruce branches and stuff. Then the next day he went out checking his rabbit snares and that, nothing. Then he was out and about, and he saw a moose across the lake, and he got very excited. So he quickly ran to the edge of the lake where he was, ready to shoot the moose, and the moose took off because it seen him running. And he's like, I spooked the moose. So the next day, he got up early in the morning, went out, walked around the edge of the lake, did some moose calls for like 2-3 minutes. The moose never showed up, so he got disappointed there, called it quits for the day. And on his way back, he spotted a grouse. So he shot, killed it up a tree, and it fell down. But the arrow landed on a piece of ice that was floating in the lake. So he went back to his shelter, got some pink paracord, kept casting it in the water, pulled the ice in closer enough to retrieve the arrow. And as he was doing that, he spotted 3 wolves across the lake, and he got excited. Like, I'd be scared shitless if I saw 3 wolves across the lake, but no, he got excited. He hid behind some trees, and he just watched them for hours. There was a massive white one, a massive, kind of like a gray, brownish mixed color one, a massive black one. He just enjoyed watching them for hours until they caught his scent, and then he's like, okay, time to go, get out here. In his shelter, he doesn't need a door to his shelter. Instead, it's like a drawbridge. He climbs into it. Well, actually, crawls into it. That's pretty neat. And he's got to finish it up. There's like a teepee style. It's insulated. It's got tarp over it. It's got some spruce branches down around it. And logs and all that. He said, when the snow happens and hits, I'll work on the door then. He said, for now, this makeshift drawbridge thing is all I need. Then it showed William. He caught a pikefish, ate that up, caught a rabbit in his snares, skinned that, ate some of that up. Then he was talking about how his food caches have been attacked by animals, eating all his food and stuff. So remember last episode, folks, he took like a knapsack he had, and placed whatever meat he had left and hung it over a bent tree along the edge of an embankment. And he thought that would stop any animals from climbing over the bent tree because it's bent over. And he thought it was high enough from the ground that any animals below can't jump up and get it. Well, day 29, after he caught the rabbit, he went to take some of the rest of the rabbit meat back to the cache. And someone got the meat. Yep. A Merritt got it. My dog's just barking because my parents drove home. And, sorry for that. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah. So he went to store the rabbit meat in his cache, and a Merritt got into it. And he's like, how the hell did that thing climb over the bent tree and get into my food stash? He doesn't understand how that happened. Then it showed Timber up to day 29 of his journey. One night, he heard wolves, coyotes howling, and it showed a grizzly bear on camera grabbing the carcass of the moose and dragging it off into the trees. So next day, he got up, went outside of his shelter, walked around a little bit, and saw fresh coyote tracks, followed them for a bit. Came across the kill site where he killed the moose, and he noticed the carcass was gone. He's like, what the hell took it? He says, it's got to be a bear. And he saw fresh grizzly tracks, so he followed those for a bit. Then he heard something, and he got spooked, took off back to his shelter. He finished his shelter up. It's called a bushcraft shelter. I love how he's got it set up. It's awesome. He's got like grass, spruce tree branches around the outside of it. I love the entrance to the door, entrance to the cabin, the door he's got made and all that. And then, but he hurt his thumb as he was finishing up on it. He tore half his thumbnail off. So he got some sap and put over the fire to kind of seal the wound up. Then it ended with him acting kind of lame. He acted like a caveman. He had a torch going, grunting, moaning like a caveman. Took his shirt off, pounding on his chest. And then he says, this is me and my shelter. That's my dad going inside. This is me and my shelter, he said. So then he placed the moose head on top of the shelter. He said, this is now called Moose Head Bushcraft Shelter. And he pounded on his chest, moaned, grounded, even crawled on like all fours. Like, come on, man. You know, live television. People have seen you acting like this. Like, I have respect for Timber killing the moose. He's doing great 29 days in. Then he acts like a lame caveman, acting like that. Like, no. Kind of lost a little bit of respect for him there. That's it for the journeys for the 4 contestants. And what I liked about it was it shows next week snowfall's happening. Snow's coming down. And the 4 contestants like, oh boy, it's getting more difficult now, folks. They're saying down the final 4 folks. Winter's coming next episode. And I'm still saying this. I've watched Alone since like season 7 up to now. And this has got to be the first time I've watched Alone where contestants are tapping out or being pulled out left, right, and center. They're just dropping like flies. Like, I don't think they're going to last up to 100 days this time. I don't think it's going to be happening. And one thing I'm going to say, Dub, when he went moose hunting there, and he called for the moose for like 2-3 minutes, and he called it quits. I hunt, okay? I go deer hunting, rabbit hunting. When I go deer hunting, I know, like, you gotta stay out in the wild for like hours, just waiting for that deer to come through. You just don't go out moose hunting for 2 or 3 minutes and just call it quits when a moose doesn't show up for 3 minutes. No, like, you gotta be able to last out there for hours. He did that with the wolves, so I don't understand why he didn't spend that much long time waiting for the moose to show up. There we have it, folks. Let me know below the comments. What do you think of Alone season 11 so far? Do you agree with me that the contestants are dropping like flies left, right, and center? Is anybody going to make it to day 100 like they usually do on the show? Or is somebody going to like win like on day 40 or something, right? And the 4 people that's left. Timber, Dub, William, and Sarah. Who are you voting to win it? I think William's going to be the next one to go because he ain't protecting his food stash caches at all. There you have, folks. Stay safe, everybody. Too. So we bye.